I knew what I must do next, and it terrified me. Hi, all. My name is Kevin Paul Shaw Broden, and welcome to the Hi All podcast. I'm an author of novels and short stories, scriptwriter for animation and comic books, and I'm an illustrator of comics and other books. And I am also a voice actor. My life may not have many interesting moments, at least to those outside my family, but I hope you enjoy my tales. And now, on to the episode.
Episode 5 Reading The Hour That Stretches.
Hi, all. I was at my local comic book shop when I learned that the king of comics, Jack Kirby, would be a guest on a local radio station. I just had to listen in. It would take a while to find the station on the radio dial. Yes, I'm that old. But eventually I got it running and listened to his wisdom on art and working in comics. I would soon be a regular listener to this program every Friday evening. It would focus on science fiction and related topics. It was called Mike Hodell's Hour 25, the hour that stretches. This show would introduce me to many great science fiction authors. However, it was not long after I started listening that the show's creator, Mike Hodel, passed away, and a new host was needed. And so I was quickly introduced to author and curmudgeon Harlan Ellison. Because of listening to him each week, I was soon searching out his writing. I'll be truthful, I haven't read as much of his fiction as I have Ray Bradbury, but I absolutely devoured his essays of all sorts, most of all about Hollywood and his experiences inside the beast. After Harlan left the show, I was introduced to two new hosts that had a closer relationship to where and what I was interested in: J. Michael Straczynski and Larry DiTillio. They were two writers that came out of television, even more importantly, out of television animation. JMS wrote for shows like The Real Ghostbusters and He-Man and other cartoons, and live action shows as well. It would be while hosting Hour 25 that he began pitching his science fiction TV series, Babylon 5. Joe also wrote script writing articles for Writer's Digest magazine, which he later passed on to DiTillio. Larry is credited for the creation of She-Ra, Princess of Power, and is written for many other shows. Years later, Larry would become a more important part of my own life, as the woman I eventually would marry house sat for him when she first moved to Los Angeles. We greatly miss him. As I said, I was introduced to many great authors, science fiction authors, as guests on Hour 25, some of which I consider friends now. While Joe and Larry were hosting, I learned of author Tim Powers. He mentioned on the show that he was an adjunct professor at a local college. Hearing that, I became thrilled and a little scared. You see, that was the college I was attending at the time. I was also on the school's newspaper. I knew what I must do next, and it terrified me. I was I had to build up the courage to reach out to Mr. Powers and ask if I could interview him for the paper. I was actually shocked when he said yes. That same fear, going all the way back to childhood, still haunted me. So doing something like this was a major effort. I succeeded and got the interview, and the article appeared in the next issue. Those years on the school paper were some of my best. I'll tell you more about that soon. Thank you all. Bye for now. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my tales. I look forward to sharing the next one with you. Visit my website and socials here. Please like, subscribe, and comment below. Thank you again. Bye, all.